Morning, students. So in the last class I think you would have studied about the rotating effect and then moment of force, couple, principle of moments, and Newton's second law of motion. So Newton's second law of motion gave you an expression for the force where F is equal to m into A. So that is why it is called as law of force, correct? And Newton's first law also defines you force, but it is based only on inertia. That's the difference between first and second. Okay. Now moving on to the next concept, which is Newton's third law of motion. This quite often you would have come across this kind of motion there in our everyday life, where this says that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, but they always act on two different bodies. It is not going to take place on the same object. For example, you have a carom board or a billiards board. In all the things that you can imagine, this is what is taking place, where you apply a force, so there is an action that you have done for which there is an opposite reaction, that it starts moving. That is, when force is applied on the billiards uses a rod there. Okay, so the force is applied through the rod where the ball starts moving, and that hits the another ball and the other ball starts moving. So this action and reaction are opposite in nature. Okay, so this FB will be equal to minus of FA. Minus says that it is in the opposite direction, but their magnitude will be the same. Okay, so now based on this we move on to principle of conservation of linear momentum. Somewhere we have learnt already about linear momentum. Linear momentum, when force is applied, the particle starts moving with some velocity, so P is equal to m into V. Then this term called conservation, you would have come across this conservation already in some of the other physics terms. Energy, conservation of energy. There also it says there is no change in the energy. That is, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It just transforms from one form into the another form, so that there is no change of energy there. Like that, if it is going to be principle of conservation of linear momentum, then it says there is no change in the linear momentum of a system of bodies as long as no external force acts on it. Until I apply some external force as a system. What's the meaning of your system is when two bodies are considered. So as a system, there is no change in its linear momentum. So to explain this, here there are two objects considered, A and B, okay, which is going to have mass m1 and m2. But you can see that m1 and m2 are not having the same masses, and naturally u1 and u2 are going to be its initial velocities, and here this u1 is going to be greater than u2. That is the condition. So u1 is going to be greater than u2, and I am going to consider two masses m1 and m2. So what happens? It starts moving, and after some time of t, what happens is that this A and B will have a collision. They both will meet, okay, after a time of t, where Fa is what the force on A and Fb is the force on B. So this takes place after a time interval of t, a collision takes place. After that, what happens? After some time, they both start moving with some gap there, because it is going to now have two different velocities, where A will have a final velocity of v1 and B will have a final velocity of v2. So these all are the consideration of this system as such. Okay. So what we have considered, all the consideration is over. Like now we'll move on to finding out the force. What is the force which is taking place on the body B, which is due to A? Okay, that is what is denoted as FB, which is going to be equal to m2, because m2 second particle, so m2 into v2 minus u2 by t. This we have already studied. This is m into A. So A is nothing but v2 minus u2 by t, change in velocity by time taken. So m into A is what is the force that I have written here. Now what is the force which is acting on the particle A that I should find out, which is Fa will be equal to m1 into v1 minus u1 by t. Okay. So this is also by definition of second law that you have considered, F is equal to m into A. Now what did we learn in Newton's third law of motion here? Action will be equal to minus of reaction. So Fa will be equal to minus Fb. So Fa, I am just going to substitute what is Fa value here, is equal to minus of what is Fb value here. So I have just substituted here. So in which t gets cancelled, and then the remaining I am just going to expand. So when I expand, the first term turns into m1 into v1, then minus of m1 into u1, which will be equal to minus m2 v2. Already there is a minus there, so multiplication of that changes into plus m2 u2. So this is just by expanding it. Now I am going to rearrange this equation with respect to the velocities. Okay, that is collecting all final velocities together, all initial velocities together. So when I rearrange like that, this minus m2 v2 will come to the left hand side, and this minus m1 u1 will go to the right hand side. So both becomes positive. So hence this equation changes to m1 into v1 plus m2 into v2 is equal to m1 into u1 plus m2 into u2. So this is after collision. This is linear momentum after collision. Momentum is given by m into v. So first particle and second particle together is what is linear momentum after collision. And then this is before collision. Why do I say this as after collision? Is final velocity v1 and v2 I have here. Here the equation changes to m1 into u1 plus m2 into u2, where this is called as linear momentum before collision because it is initial velocities. So what does this means now? The linear momentum after collision is always equal to linear momentum before collision. This takes place when there is no external force which is applied, just like that when it starts moving. That is why it is written as, in the absence of external force, the algebraic sum of momentum of after collision, that is which is there before the equal to sign, is numerically equal to the algebraic sum of momentum before collision, which is with respect to u1 and u2. So hence principle of conservation of linear momentum says that there is no change in the value of the linear momentum provided there are no external force applied to it. Okay.